The ancient library of last chapters stood not on any map, accessible only at the precise, hushed moment between twilight and true night. Its towering shelves, carved from shadow and starlight, held not ordinary books, but volumes bound in the soft glow of fading embers and the cool sheen of moonlight. Oliver, the librarian, moved with the quiet grace of centuries, his hands gentle as he tended the collection. Each book pulsed with a unique, gentle light, a testament to a life nearing its final page. The air hummed with the profound silence of countless endings held in sacred suspension, a place where final breaths were translated into ink and solace. Oliver understood the immense weight of the stories entrusted to him, the quiet courage required to face one's own ending. One such evening, as the last violet streaks of sunset surrendered to indigo, the heavy oak door groaned softly open. An elderly woman, Eleanor, stepped through, her frame frail, but her eyes holding a fierce, quiet determination. The library seemed to breathe around her, acknowledging her arrival without a word. Oliver approached, sensing the familiar, bittersweet resonance. He led her deep into the stacks, where the air grew stiller, the light dimmer. They stopped before a shelf where a single book glowed with a soft, warm, golden light, pulsing gently like a resting heartbeat. Its spine bore no title, only an intricate pattern that seemed to shift and shimmer, reflecting the lines and experiences etched upon Eleanor's own face. Eleanor reached out, her trembling fingers hovering over the warm cover. Taking a deep, steadying breath, she lifted the book. It felt impossibly light, yet carried the weight of her entire existence. Settling into a worn velvet armchair near a tall window framing the star-strewn sky, she opened the cover. The pages seemed to turn themselves, guided by an unseen current flowing from her own memories. Oliver retreated to a respectful distance, melting into the shadows near a towering bookshelf, becoming a silent witness. His presence was a comfort, an anchor in the vast sea of finality. He watched her face, seeing emotions flicker like candle flames. Recognition, sorrow, fleeting joy, profound love, and finally, a deep, settling peace. She journeyed through the pages, revisiting the vibrant tapestry of her life, the fierce joy of marrying her beloved Arthur, the devastating ache of losing him far too young to illness, the immense strength summoned to raise their son, Thomas. Alone she saw Thomas's first steps, his graduation, his own wedding day, the births of his children, her cherished grandchildren. She relived moments of quiet triumph and whispered fears, friendships forged and losses endured. The narrative flowed inevitably towards the present, acknowledging the gentle fading of her strength, the cherished visits growing shorter. The final paragraphs spoke not of fear, but of contentment, of a life fully, richly lived, of love enduring beyond the final punctuation. A single, luminous tear traced a path down Eleanor's weathered cheek as she reached the very last sentence. It wasn't a tear of despair, but of profound release, an acceptance as deep and calm as the ocean. She read the final words silently, a small, serene smile touching her lips. She closed the book gently, holding it for a moment against her chest, feeling its warmth seep into her. The golden light emanating from the volume softened, dimmed, and then dissolved like smoke in a gentle breeze, leaving only a faint scent of old paper and lavender. Eleanor sat very still, bathed in the library's tranquil gloom, the weight of the ending settling not as a burden, but as a completed circle. Oliver emerged from the shadows as the last sparkles of the book's essence vanished. He didn't speak, simply offered a hand. Eleanor placed her fragile hand in his. Finding his touch steady and warm, he helped her rise from the chair. Together, they walked slowly back towards the library's entrance. No words were needed. The shared understanding of the sacred moment hung peacefully between them. At the threshold, Eleanor paused, looking back into the depths of the library, then up at Oliver. Her eyes, clear and calm, held a silent, heartfelt gratitude. She squeezed his hand once, then turned and stepped through the doorway. Back into the embracing night, Oliver stood alone for a long moment. Watching the space where she had vanished, the library felt different now, subtly altered by the completion of Eleanor's story. He returned to the alcove where she had sat on the small table beside the armchair, where the book had rested. He found a single, perfectly formed pearl, the distilled essence of a life concluded with grace. Carefully, reverently, he placed it into a small, velvet-lined box among countless others on a high shelf, each pearl a unique testament to a final chapter embraced. Then Oliver prepared a cup of steaming chamomile tea, the scent filling the quiet space. He raised it silently towards the window, towards the stars, a quiet salute to Eleanor, to Arthur, to Thomas, to every beautiful, heartbreaking, magnificent story entrusted to the care of the Library of Last Chapters.